So, short video that I wanted to go over today. Nothing crazy. Cars have been running excellent. We're moving along. The ethanol content. Car feels very strong. But with every strong car comes some maintenance. So, not a big deal. Every time I go on the Facebook pages, it it bothers me to see the amount of people that are bothered by just general maintenance on this car in particular. I think what's happening is we're having an influx of quote unquote like car people that just absorb social media content all day, and they want a 500 plus horsepower BMW for the least amount of money working at Burger King, but they want it to be as reliable as a Camry, but they do zero maintenance to it. Now, if you own something like this is actually one of the most reliable German cars I've ever owned. And I bought a couple of them, including Mercedes, which also has a lot of plastic. The stuff that you do have to replace on a car is not hard. And I'm going to talk to you about some parts that I would recommend replacing when you buy this car. And if you guys follow my channel, I got this car for extremely cheap with low mileage just because it had some body paint correction stuff that I had to do. And it needed maintenance because it wasn't maintained. So I'm going to explain to you what I did, things that I would recommend, and what I'm going to do today that is very cheap and parts you can get for cheap, you know, AliExpress, Alibaba, and I'll explain to you why I can get those from there, and then some stuff I usually get from the dealership, and I'll talk to you about those components. So what I'm replacing today is a very simple part, and it's not even that it failed yet, but it looks like it's about to fail. So I've been in the automotive industry for more than 20 years. I've been working on cars with my grandfather. You know, I have the background growing up with my grandfather and my dad working on cars. And so when I work on cars, I usually replace things before they fail. I'm very proactive and not reactive. And I think the community isn't like that. So I'm going to explain to you the things that I'm going to replace on the proactive part. Doesn't mean that you have to replace it. It just means that I would recommend that. So things that we're replacing today is going to be this guy right there. It's the elbow that goes into the block, and they're made of plastic, and that's fine. I mean, that's normal for a lot of German cars, but it's kind of hard to see. But with lighting, I noticed that on that corner, on the bottom corner, I noticed some blue chalky remains, which is usually dried up coolant, which is telling me that the O-ring is probably flattened out from heat and is now seeping through little by little. One thing I tell my kids being an auto teacher is that you have to use your senses, feel, touch, and unfortunately sometimes taste, depending on what you're working on. I've tasted coolant and oil and I know the differences. I'm not saying to consume this. I'm just saying that it does happen. So when I work on my cars, I definitely can tell if it's leaking coolant, if it's burning oil, if it's transmission fluid, whatever it might be. And so that is one of the points that I've seen. I didn't smell it, but I can see it. And I can definitely notice from the discoloration of that. Now, here is the replacement part. And you can get this from the dealer most likely. But I decided to go to AliExpress because I've done a lot of fittings from there. And I think this fitting here was like $10. Cheap, very cheap. And it'll work just as well. Really, a lot of people don't understand, well, just buy it from the dealership. Well, it might cost probably like 5 times the amount. And then the material that they use most likely is going to be the same. I also 3D print a lot, so I understand the differences in plastic that they use and thermoplastics and how they use them. So in all reality, these are perfectly fine. And it wouldn't surprise me that some of the molding manufacturers come from the same place overseas anyways. A lot of stuff from the BMW community is made in like Lithuania, and I guarantee the rest of it's either South Africa, Mexico, or China. So would not worry much about it. Another thing too is that this is a BMW. This is like the German Honda Civic. I don't know why people put these cars on some high pedestal, like if it's some like gift from God. It's a cool car, yes. Does it need to get, you know, the world's craziest oils and transmission fluids and everything else? Not really. In my humble opinion, it's better to do maintenance on a regular basis than focus on the most expensive components, because most likely if you're beating this car up really hard, it's probably going to blow up anyways, because everybody wants to push 800 horsepower from a stock block and a stock trans. So it's not going to happen. Next thing I would recommend replacing is the tensioner, which is super cheap. I got this from I don't think I got this from the dealership. I think I got the water pump from the dealership, but this is an OEM part. And I forgot the OEM part name. And the only reason why I knew this was starting to give out is because during hard shifts, it would actually not have enough tension to tension the belt, and it would squeal. So if you squeal during a hard shift on my XHP XH3, it's probably the tensioner. Super easy to replace. Everything on this car is ridiculously easy to replace. Same with the water pump that I mentioned. That I got from the dealership because it was local, was cheap, and I had a friend that gave me a discount. I think it was like 80 bucks. Even non-discounted cost probably like 110. Not hard. Takes like 3 seconds to replace. I think I have a video of that. Definitely recommend replacing that because that is a wearable part, and they usually tend to go out between 50 and 60,000 miles. And then also oil filter housing, Alibaba special. I think I paid like $8 for it, along with a couple of replacement coolant fitting elbows. You don't necessarily have to replace the whole hose, unless you don't have the fittings here locally. Like I said, there's a radiator hose I replaced completely from the dealership. It was pretty cheap too. I think it was like $100. There's certain things that you do not have to replace and things that you do have to replace. And I would say that's really it when it came to doing maintenance on this car. Plastics are the biggest thing, really. You replace the plastics. Excuse me. I had these replaced, I think, from eBay. Great units. If you start seeing them discolor, you know it's time to replace. And that's really the moral of the story. Anything that starts to discolor, plastic-related stuff, I strongly recommend replacing because sooner or later it will give out. And you don't want to give out when you're driving because I know a good amount of you guys won't even pay attention to it and you will overheat the car. The good thing is that I think BMW knows their owners, that they don't pay attention to much anyways. And so it will probably put you into a drivetrain code and they will force the car to shut off just so you don't blow the car up anyways. BMW knows that you're just going to ask a stupid question on a Facebook group anyways. So it's going to shut the car off for you so that somebody else can figure out and spoon feed the answer to you anyways. So if you have any questions about any kind of maintenance that I've done to this car other than what I've explained, more than welcome to hit me up. And if you are looking to be spoon fed, go ahead and send a couple of bucks my way and I'll tell you everything I've done in detail. Peace.